Dybala wants out, Pepe joins the Gunners, Moise Kean on Everton, Wolves swoop for Patrick Cutrone, and a roundup of all the other day's transfer rumours. There are more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, Manchester United are in pole position to sign one-away striker Paulo Dybala. Now, in the last few days, myself as well, have been guilty of giving all sorts of different news on Paulo Dybala because no one really knows what's going on. There are rumours that Spurs have made an offer for him, then that he wanted to stay at Juventus, but now it looks like he is really unhappy with the way that the club have treated him and he could be on his way to Old Trafford. This wouldn't necessarily be a straight cash deal, as it looks like Lukaku could be heading in the opposite direction. The Belgian striker has been linked with Inter Milan in this transfer window, but if Manchester United can get rid of him and bring in someone to replace him with the quality of Paulo Dybala all at the same time, they might as well go ahead and do it. Elsewhere on the transfer front for Man United, they haven't moved any closer to sealing the deal for Harry Maguire, as their valuation and Leicester's valuation of the defender are still a fair few million apart. They will need to bring in a replacement though for Eric Bailly, as he looks to be out for 4 to 5 months with the knee ligament injury that he suffered against Spurs in the International Champions Cup. But away from Manchester United for a minute and to Arsenal, who are edging ever closer to completing a club record signing for Nicolas Pepe. In fact, the deal is probably going to be done today for around £72 million. Of course, that won't all be coming out of Arsenal's transfer budget now, as they've agreed to pay that money over the next few years. But what it does mean is that they are getting a fantastic winger for the squad. With 22 goals last season, Lille's forward was definitely one of the hottest prospects in Europe, and now after months of speculation, he has finally made his move, and he was even seen kissing the badge in a few promo videos that he was making for the club. What this also means is that Arsenal have way overspent on their apparent budget, which, as it turns out, was never their budget in the first place. They spent £6 million on Martinelli, the young striker, £27 million on St Etienne's William Saliba. Apparently, they're going to be paying up to £30 for Kieran Tierney from Celtic. There's £72 being splashed on Nicolas Pepe, and they paid £15 million just to bring Dani Ceballos in on a year-long loan. Transfer budget? What transfer budget? As for what this means for Unai Emery, well, he's got a whole load of options heading into the new season, and Arsenal can feel pretty confident if they can get rid of Mustafi and maybe bring in one more central defender. The fans and Unai Emery will be hoping that with this team they can take themselves back into the top 4. And next up to another big Serie A striker who could be leaving the club, and it's Moise Kean. Yes, the Juventus striker who scored 8 goals in 21 games looks to be on his way to Goodison Park to sign with Everton. Now, I don't know about you guys, when the transfer window rolls around, I always expect to hear the same names that are in for big players. Manchester United have been linked with someone, Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, everybody, but never Everton. These days, it seems like they want everybody. The owners are fully backing Marco Silva in the transfer market, and why not? If you can bring in someone with the quality of Moise Kean for £36 million, as is reported, definitely go ahead and do it. Of course, his playtime is going to be limited because he's behind Paulo Dybala, who may not be at Juventus, as we've just spoken about, and Cristiano Ronaldo, so it makes sense for the 19-year-old to move on and play regular games, and he's going to do that in the Premier League at Everton. Apparently, he turned down the move to Arsenal because Emery couldn't guarantee him first-team football, which is obvious with the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang ahead of him in the starting lineup. So if that deal has a bit of Football Manager FIFA realism to it, where Everton are signing big Juventus talented stars, well, this next deal has definitely got more than a hint of that to it as well, and it's Wolves signing of Patrick Cutrone. Now, they've signed the AC Milan striker for around £16 million, which not only is a bargain in today's market, but he's one of these highly rated, really good youngsters. I'm not saying that Wolves don't deserve it because they were brilliant in the Premier League last season, but it's just not the kind of deal I'd expect them to do. But they have done it, so fair play to them. If they can get him playing alongside Raul Jimenez, who only made his loan deal permanent earlier in the summer, Wolves will have an incredibly potent strike force as they look to crack the Premier League's top 6, as well as go far in Europe. And lastly but not least, we come to a roundup of all the day's transfer rumours. Well, the other rumours that aren't so quite popular as the other stories that I've just mentioned. First off, from Brighton are close to completing a £20 million club record deal for Bristol City's Adam Webster. Mauro Icardi could make his move from Inter Milan to Napoli within the next few weeks. Aston Villa and Newcastle are interested in Liverpool's £20 million rated midfielder Harry Wilson. And lastly but not least, Sheffield United are close to completing a £20 million deal for Ollie McBurney, the Swansea striker. So will Dybala actually swap with Lukaku at Manchester United, and how much of a success will the likes of Pepe, Kean and Cutrone be in the Premier League? Let me know your thoughts to that and all of the rest of today's daily news in the comment section down below. Smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.